Welcome, welcome everybody. This is Ron with Big Wizard TV welcoming you to our action here at 24 Hours Le Mans track. This is called Circuit Day 24 Hour du Mans. I guess that's the French version. We call it Le Mans. We are here with a little bit of a twist tonight. You can definitely see that we're in the dark. We are running an 8x time loop right now, so the drivers will be dealing with an accelerated time by 8 times. So every hour will run 8 hours. So right now it just turned dark. It's 11 p.m. on the track, and we got about 15 minutes to go before qualifying. So that'll push it to midnight. Qualifying will start at midnight, go to 1 o'clock, and then race will start at 1 and go till 7 or 9 in the morning. So we'll be racing, qualifying and racing at night, and then break out into the daylight hours as we finish up the race. So should be a lot of fun tonight with the little night race here at Le Mans. This is also Le Mans historic. So we're going to run the historic track. And what that does to the course is it takes the chicanes out of the backstretch. So if we watch Mr. 99 here, Mr. Phillips, go down the backstretch, normally there's a couple chicanes in here, but as you can see, he is just cruising straight down. And I threw up a little speed indicator on the screen for us tonight in the middle there. It's a little small, but hopefully you can see it. He's going 183 miles an hour in 6th gear, as you can tell in his green Corvette. So right in the middle, top of the screen, you can see a little speed indicator with an RPM and a gear that they're in. It doesn't actually give you an accurate representation of the throttle or the brake, but it does show you the speed, RPM, and the gear they're in. So also, I believe the little red or orange air little box at the top kind of gives you the idea of their steering. So you can kind of see how smooth or how wild they are through the corners and what gear they're in. So hope that helps you tonight. Gives you a little bit more information as we race tonight during the dark. But we are here courtesy of grandpaskitchen.com. Thanks a lot to Grandpa's Kitchen for sponsoring our GTE series this season. This is race number 17 of 25, so still got 8 to go at this point. The guys and girls over at grandpaskitchen.com bring you incredible products for those suffering from celiac disease or anyone else that wishes to run a gluten-free diet. They have just about everything you need. Just as a recap on the league so far tonight, let me pull up our league standings for the grandpaskitchen.com GTE series on Tuesday nights. Let's see, points are showing Philip Scott out front. Tim Allman has taken a little new job, and is traveling for probably the rest of this season. So he might miss out the rest of the season. He's going to run one provisional tonight that'll probably keep him close to second spot. But he is probably going to fall down the standings because there's only 3 provisionals, and this will be his last. So even though he was up front running right close to Philip for the first 2/3 of the season, we'll probably see him falling off. And I know he's not happy about that. So he's a little concerned, but I think he'll live. And hopefully, he said he was going to try to join us in the booth. He's doing a big iRacing update on his computer. Hopefully he can help get that finished up and join us up here in the booth tonight. That'd be great. Oh, let's see what we got going on. So Philip Scott, 18-point lead over Tim Allman. Bill Edwards, 13 points back, which is 31 back from the leader. Brandon Dooley in 4th spot. Michael Mooney in 5th. Chip Hansen, who I don't believe he was going to be racing with us tonight, in 6th. I'm in 7th, followed by Mike Morkert, Aaron Mack, Mackenzie Mann in 10th, with Jeff Wyatt in 11th. Paul Bilson is back in 13th spot. He's on track tonight. Hopefully he'll have a good run. Ryan Fry is new to our group and just threw down a decent lap, 3:42. And his friend, he's got a friend of his running with him, But this will be their first race on Tuesday nights with us in the grandpaskitchen.com series. So glad that they're with us. That's really cool to have a couple new drivers late in the season carry over into next season for us. But I wanted to thank those guys for joining up and racing with us. His friend is Tyler, but I don't see him out there yet. So let's take a look. So far in practice, Philip Scott, our points leader, is running the quickest lap of the group with a 336.8. He is really, I guess 336.7 is his fastest lap. Brandon at 339.1, Joe with a 341, Jeff Wyatt also with a 341, Ryan with a 342, myself in sixth spot, the 343, Michael Mooney with a I think he ran a 343 or 344. We'll get his 344 is his best time. Bill Edwards right now with a 344. He always seems to not do as well in practice or qualifying, but then really picks it up during the race here at Le Mans. I've watched him do this time and time again, so don't count him out. He is third in the championship, and I would expect him to be up near the front before too long. And he's also got some new pedals, so he's dealing with that. I think once he gets those where he likes them, you'll see him pick up some speed here on the track and move up in the standings. So, but that kind of goes through our rundown of where everybody's at for the standings and for so far during the practice. Practice tonight, we've got about 8.5 minutes left of this practice session. As you can see, it's creeping into close to midnight. I don't know if you can tell how big, depends on how big your screen is. Right underneath where it tells you the track on the top left, it also tells you the time of day. So we're running May 15th at 11:52 p.m. and time is literally flying. 8 times normal time. So let's see what else we got for you tonight. Pam's pole position. Thanks a lot for Bill's mom for putting that award out there for us. We've got a tie right now, 3-way tie for the lead. Philip Scott, Tim Allman, Bill Edwards, all with 4 pole position awards so far. If practice and qualifying are similar,
hey Ron,
we're gonna be running with Philip up there at the top. Hang on, we got somebody jumped in the booth here. I need to jump over and make a quick change on this. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, I wanted to know if you had a password that I could enter to jump in your car to spot on iRacing.
Oh, I just saw a note from Mackenzie.
If you do, if you can, text it to me in my Discord. I can't get into Mooney's either, so yep, sucks.
Let me just try. I'm trying to finish up.
All right, back here going again. Just down here in the rig, getting things rolling. I got to find something for Tim here. Okay, it looks like sound and video and everything else is going. So thanks again for joining us tonight. This is Ron up here in the booth with Big Wizard TV, running tonight's race from Le Mans, France. This is 24-hour Le Mans course. This is the historic course with no chicanes on the backstretch. So we got about 45 seconds left in our practice session, and then we're going to jump into qualifying. It is pitch dark out here. It is almost 1 a.m. And at 1 a.m., when that clock strikes 1 o'clock, we're going to be doing our qualifying session. And it's about 30 seconds out. So we're running 8x time, so we're going to start in the dark. The 20 minutes of practice will run for 8x time. It'll be almost 2.5 hours, 15 minutes, and it's going to go pretty. Maybe Tim's got the math. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. 8 times 20 minutes, Tim.
8 times 20 minutes. Okay.
Three is an hour, so that's 6. So 2 hours and 40 minutes. So that's gonna. So we're gonna start qualifying at midnight.
160 minutes. Yeah.
At 1, we're gonna start at 1 a.m. 20-minute practice session. Will be almost 3 hours. Oh, whoa! We just switched to daytime. Oh, it reset the time back to 6 p.m. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen, but that's what we got. So let's race and have fun. Oh, somebody tried to stop at the end of pit lane. At 1, 20 a.m., 20-minute practice session will be almost 3 hours. Yep. Oh. Hanging out in the booth tonight on the road. I'm thinking, right? Where you're off traveling the world?
Yeah, I am currently in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and if I start going into robo mode, guys, I'm going to jump out of the stream, out of the broadcast booth, so you don't have to hear the robotic, stupid noises interrupting the stream.
Well, it's good to have you up here. I'm sorry you can't be in the car tonight, but good to have you in the booth. Grandpa'sKitchen.com, Big Wizard TV broadcast booth.
Yes, actually was quite looking forward to this. I was hoping to be spotting from somebody's car tonight, but unfortunately I can't enter. It's only to be about 36 behind race cars. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, all right. I tried to get my PC streaming thing figured out, but that didn't want to work either. So
yeah, that's unfortunate.
And a really big track. I don't think we all need to be near each other. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
really, really big track.
No, it looks like a lot of fun. I was actually had this one on my calendar. It's one of the ones I was really excited to be driving this year. And that Mulsanne straight without the annoying chicanes in the middle of it just looked like a great position to pass people.
Yeah, it's really, really, really quick. Paul Bilson has changed cars. Coach, Paul's not really worried about points. So he apparently liked the Corvette better than the Porsche. So he switched over to the Corvette tonight.
Well, actually, it's probably a pretty good call because switching over to the Corvette with the aerodynamic features of that car, as opposed to the Porsche, is more beneficial. And yeah, seeing as how points aren't going to affect him, I think that's a smart move.
Yeah, he's probably going for race, just race to race, trying to do as best he can race to race in the series, not really worried about trying to get any championship points. He's only been in about 3 races so far, maybe 4 this season, maybe more. I guess I could have looked before I fired off this thing and look at the points.
But one thing about Paul, though, having raced against the guy is extremely talented, very, very smooth, and one of those guys that you just want to race against. He's a great guy to race against, and I think he is clean. One of those guys that's clean. You know he's not going to punch you off the track.
Right. Yeah, actually, I was able to race against him in a cup race the other day, and we went door to door for the last lap, and I think he nosed me out by about a thousandth of a second at the line in that last race. Neither one of us were in a position to take the win, but it was fun racing, door to door with somebody. Really clean, good driver. Like most of the drivers here, Last Man Standing Motorsports. But he has gone off track, so he's not in the qualifying loop where he was in front of me, and now I don't know where he is. Oh, he's still in pit lane. Coming back out.
So from what I can see, we've got Bill Edwards, Brandon Dooley, Jeff Wyatt, Michael Mooney, Mackenzie Mann, Paul Bilson, Philip Scott, our current points leader, Ryan Fry, and Screamo.
Tyler, I think it's Zekerez. I'm not sure how you say that. I gave you the password for my in-car. It won't let you join. Oh, he dropped. I guess we'll find out when he comes back.
All right, so I'm back. I was reading off. I wanted to make sure it was okay with Tyler, but I'm going to call him Tyler Sneakers because I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
It might be Zekerez or Zekerez.
Zekerez or something, yeah, hieroglyphic like that. I don't know, but I got it cleared. He is now forever in the annals of LMS lore. Tyler Sneakers.
Tyler Sneakers it is.
Yeah.
So I tried to let everybody by. I got a 10-second gap on all the drivers in front of me. And Bilson goes into a wall, and Jeff Wyatt spins on turn 1. And now I'm right with him again. Hopefully that'll give me some advantage on the straightaway. Maybe I caught a draft.
All right. So, hey, Ron, are you going to be in the booth tonight, or are you going to be focusing on driving?
Well, on Tuesdays, I have to mix it up and do them both.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm going to be 30 seconds behind the action, so it's going to be a little hard for me to call it as I see it. I can see on grandpaskitchen.com stream the action, but it's 30 seconds behind the fact. So
Yeah, I'll try to give you pointers of where we are and what's going on. If there's something going on that I can see or tell, and then you can play off of
okay,
that a little bit blind, I guess.
I'm gonna probably do a lot of the background talking about passing points, track position, outbraking comments, momentum, Porsche curves, how to get through there, things of that nature. Some of the guys' backgrounds I race against and their racing style. That's kind of the only input I'm going to be able to give you tonight without being actually watching it play by play.
Oh, sounds good. Glad to have you up here.
Cool.
So Philip just did a lap quicker than what he did in practice in his qualifying lap.
So you guys in quali yet?
Yep, the first guys are just crossing the line now.
Okay.
It looks like Paul Bilson is pushing really, really hard because he just spun again in Porsche corners.
Yeah, the Porsche curves you have to be smooth through there. There's just no margin for error. You have to set it up perfectly on the intro, and if you don't do that, you're going to be chasing your tail all the way through the rest of the curves. It's imperative to get that entry point perfect.
Yeah, I think Porsche curves and Dunlop, the group there with Dunlop chicane, I think they call it, definitely one of the hardest parts of this course.
I agree. And also being able to navigate the pit lane.
Pit entrance is like,
Little
yeah.
ball I threw out there for Peter because he gave me the Le Mans win in GT3 because he made that one minor error. Otherwise, he had it.
Yeah, it's treacherous getting into the pit lane the way they have that worked out. I don't know if they were trying to impress somebody or if that was just for safety.
I think it was originally designed for safety. So, but I'm impressed. So, if that matters.
Well, I'm behind Jeff here on the Mulsanne Straight, which is I don't know how many mile long straight. It's got to be at least 2 miles.
Yeah, it's just I think
It's
it's
a long one.
2.5 miles. And yeah, I can see you on the stream right now. You've got about a 6-car length gap between you and Jeff. You
Yeah,
should
about
still
two
get
and a half seconds. He's still pulling away slightly. He's probably got his car geared a little bit flatter wing than I do. I'm in it today to stay on track, not to go 185 down the straight. So I'm going 179.
The Porsche and the Corvette and the Ferrari are pretty aerodynamically similar. So I do think the Corvette has a little bit of an advantage over the Ferrari on that. But that being said, it's all about the wing and the downforce.
Bobbled and lost half a second. That'll probably not. I probably will not increase my time then with that little bobble coming out of Mulsanne kink there.
So you guys are only going to get what, maybe 1 or 2 shots at a lap for quali, or?
Yeah, I got 9 minutes left on the clock. I did a 20-minute clock on this.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. Right now, the timer that I'm looking at, they have 10 minutes and 15 seconds left. So.
Yeah, you're about a 1 minute delay.
Yeah, that's sad. I will get the kinks worked out. Actually, next week I will be back, probably in my own simulator. I will probably be able to run next week's Tuesday night series from the car. But after that, after that I'll be back in the booth and have the kinks ironed out so I can be a little bit more consistent commentator. Boy, Mackenzie's got a lot of speed coming up behind, who was in that Porsche in front of him? Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Ryan trimmed his out. I don't know what his speeds are like. He told me today he was just going to try to get in the car and follow somebody.
Mm-hmm.
He's new in our league. He's done a lot of GT3 racing and iRacing. He's done a bunch of officials. He hasn't raced in a league until now. He just started with us about 2 weeks ago.
Well, he's looking pretty smooth. I think he did the right thing and let Mackenzie go by there. Oh, Mackenzie just lost it here. Looks like
Yeah.
going into the curves.
Ford corners, Ford chicane.
Yeah, Ford chicane. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, just went by him.
But a shout out to Mackenzie though, because I've watched him race here for the last few weeks, and he is definitely somebody to keep on your radar. He is quick. Consistency will come. He's getting there, but man, that guy is super quick.
Yeah, I've noticed he's really picked it up in the last. Well, I don't know. He started on the scene pretty fast too when he joined us.
He did.
last season.
But his consistency has been getting better, I've noted. So just a matter of ironing out a few more details, and I think he'll be right there.
Yeah, I agree. Looks like so far we're more than halfway through the qualifying period, and we've only got 5 of the 11 cars with a time.
So it looks like we've got Philip Scott at 3:36, Brandon Dooley 3:38. Oh, it just moved off on me. Jeff Wyatt in third, I'm guessing.
Jeff's in third with a 342, then Bill with a 343.
Yep. And then yourself at 3:45.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
Pick it up, dude. Seriously, you got this.
Like I said, if I can run 343 to 345 all night tonight, just keep my laps consistent, which is what I really want to try to do. Then hoping for incidents. Yeah. Hoping for other drivers with incidents and get a good finishing spot.
Yep.
I think Tim's had some internet problems. Well, hopefully he'll be back soon.
All right. So the robo seems to have quit. All right.
Yeah, you sound better now.
Yeah, I have to, as soon as I hear the robo, I'm going to do that. I'm going to bail out and come back in, and hopefully that cancels it out. It's the only thing I can think to do.
Yeah. Are you on, like
Internet.
running from your PC or running from your phone?
I'm running from my PC off of the courtesy of, and I'll throw a shout out to my hotel sponsor, the Holiday Inn Express. I feel 10 times smarter for staying here. Although it's not true.
Does it make you a better race car driver?
I don't know. I don't have a sim in front of me, but I'm sure it would. But yeah, anytime it does robo things, you guys will hear me cut out. I'll leave and then come right back, and hopefully you won't have to suffer.
Sounds fair. Man, I think versus optimal. I should be a little quicker. We'll see.
So that does seem to be the ticket for getting rid of the robo, is to bail and come back.
Well, you might be able to try. Now, of course, we're experimenting because you're in a remote location, not normally where your home is, where you have some good high-speed internet. But as I've been on the road, I've tried a few things, and sometimes if you have the Discord app on your phone, you can use your phone to do the Discord just to sync that up so you're a little bit clearer.
Oh, Ron, I would so love to do that, but as you're aware, I used up all my data on my phone earlier this week, following you guys. So I had to pay Verizon a little bit extra for another gig or two just to get me by so I can still do my job at work, because I use my phone for work too. So I am completely at the mercy of the Holiday Inn Express.
Well, there you go. And I messed up entry into Dunlop, so I am done with this lap. And since it's at Dunlop, I think I'll go back, drop some fuel out, get some tires, and try it again.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't have enough time though. It's only 3:39.
You're going to be able to. Yeah, you're not going to make it, dude. So
yeah, it's all good.
Chat with me.
Yep, we'll sit here and kind of watch what's going on the stream here. We'll flip over to most exciting. So we watch Brandon Dooley run down the Mulsanne straight. We could probably take a moment to describe the racetrack because maybe people don't know what Le Mans looks like. So
Okay, that's a good question.
let me see here. We'll go to tracks and we'll grab the circuit do 24 Le Mans track map. Okay,
And
so
I would have it. This is one of the tracks that I am hyper familiar with. So take it away, Ron.
all right. Well, right now we're watching Brandon Dooley. We'll kind of see what everybody's watching on the stream. We'll follow, and Brandon is at the end of the long Mulsanne Straight, and the corner there is called the Mulsanne Kink. And now we are watching Ryan Fry do the same thing. He's coming down to the end of the Mulsanne Straight. We'll kind of watch him now. Normally, there are kinks. There are little chicanes in the track, and today they are not there. So,
And that pylon that Ryan just went by is really what you should be aiming for when you come into that corner. You should be trying to put your left front tire as close as you can to that and then dive bomb on the blue and yellow stripes and give yourself a nice tight apex into there while downshifting and braking at the same time. Continue, Ron.
yeah, we just flipped over to Brandon for a minute, but now we're back to Ryan as he enters what's called Indianapolis, and now looks like we're gonna go back and forth. The system can't decide whether or not Mooney's more exciting or Ryan's more exciting. And now we're on Bill Edwards. So trying to explain the track is very difficult. But here, Bill just crossed the start-finish line. He's going into what's called the Dunlop section, or Dunlop Kink, Dunlop Curve, Dunlop Chicane, as he spins out, and now he's off track and off camera, of course. As we
It was a
watch,
great little spin out, though. I must give him credit for that.
it was at least a 3.5 on the landing.
He nailed it.
As we're watching now Philip Scott try out his hand at Dunlop Curve and then Dunlop Chicane. And immediately switch over to Brandon as he jumps into what's called the Ford Chicane, which is right before the start-finish. I don't know if this go around the track thing is going to work if I don't have control of the camera, because you keep switching to everybody else, and everybody's in a different place on the track, so not going to be very helpful. So I'm bouncing around. I'm just back to Bill as he exits the pit lane with what looks like 40 seconds left in qualifying.
We'll have to figure that out, Ron. When I get back home, I'll spend some time chatting with you off camera here, and maybe we can figure out something where, as a commentator, we can kind of control who we switch over to.
We can. I can get if we can get that remote PC thing working, I can get you in to my streaming PC, and while you're
good. I don't have enough fuel to get around,
and I'm in my car.
Yeah, I'm on my old lap.
Then you should be able to fix the camera or pick who you want to watch. Right now, I've just got it set to most exciting because I don't have a whole lot of choice when I'm in the action.
You don't have to, you don't. I understand that, but we'll iron out the details, folks. So in the future, if I'm definitely if I'm not driving, we should be able to fine tune this, and this is all work in progress. So bear with us. But exciting things coming in the future. And here's a good example of drafting down the Mulsanne. So Brandon's got a really good run on Bill, and he's able to slingshot around him. And Bill's not giving up position. He's taking he had no choice. Now he's going to try it back again.
I think
Brandon at the end.
He might be able to get him before the kink. We'll see.
He might, if he can get a commanding spot on the inside.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes to the inside. Oh, yeah, he definitely got it. Brandon did mention that he was running out of fuel, so we'll see if maybe that was the case. And
well, it does look that way, doesn't it? There's that pylon I'm talking about.
Now they changed the rules actually on that pylon.
Really?
Oddly enough, the pylon used to be the edge. You could only go that far. Now, if you hit the pylon, you're actually going to get an off-track penalty, a slowdown penalty. You used to be able to clip that cone to kind of give yourself the angle in.
Hey, Ron,
if you do that now, you
and
can't.
Mooney all need one fast repair tonight.
Okay. I'm sure I will too.
Asking about fast repairs. I don't know that there are any. David has requested that fast repairs be removed from this series because this is our top road racing series, and if you make a mistake, you're pretty much out. But I thought we had put one in for tonight, but maybe not. So we're getting ready for the start. For some reason, it's got a 3-minute timer post green or checkered flag. Not really sure why that is, but we should be lining up here any moment. But we might be waiting 3 minutes to get to that spot. Hey, Mooney.
I want to wish luck to all those in the broadcast booth because, broadcast booth is a dangerous spot up here.
It is very dangerous trying to talk and drive at the same time. And there are no fast repairs. So to Jeff's comment, sorry, too bad, whatever.
In the league race last night, he had some left over. So that was the discussion.
Well, yeah, I had one left over.
Well, yeah, but then again, he caused a wreck that turned Bilson. So
That's
Bilson
true. That is true.
His one's unused, and then I was caught up in that accident, so I get one of Jeff's. So really, Jeff doesn't get any. The rest of us get them because of him.
Okay, but you wrecked me later on in the race, so that takes away one of yours.
You ran into me while I was already wrecked.
No, you wrecked and ran into me. I was up high, staying away from everybody, and you came up and hit me.
I was wrecked up into
All
you.
right, boys. All right, boys. It's okay.
Why was there a fight in the broadcast booth? Because
there's no fast repairs at Le Mans.
All right, it's Jeff's fault. We'll just blame Jeff because he's not here.
Okay. Well, the old guys
The
rule
pathway's open. He can come up if he wants.
Yes, but the old guys rule the broadcast booth, and I'm going to go take my stream and go somewhere else and go down the lobby. But good luck, guys. I may be up later, and hopefully I won't be.
All right, sounds fair enough.
Out there, Mooney. Good luck, buddy.
Good luck, man. Keep it on track.
Thanks.
Don't swear. That's like.
If you're gonna wreck, don't wreck me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know why the big long delay here. That's one thing that's kind of semi-annoying. Looks like we got another minute to go yet.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. It normally when you get done with your practice, it just drops everybody right off. But for some reason, it's letting them go here. Now, iRacing's been doing a lot of updates to tracks and to everything else, and maybe somebody said something, but it's not like you can finish your lap and get a time in. Oh, this is qualifying. You can actually finish your lap and get a time in. So that's why it was extended. No, nobody's on track, but
well, it should be able to.
It would have been possible.
To just, if there's nobody on track, what's the point of making everyone suffer, right? And
I suppose if I would have thought about it, I could have asked and then advanced the session, but I didn't.
So how many cars do we have here? Well, we have a minute or less than a minute. We've got Philip Scott on pole, Brandon Dooley on the outside of the pole, Joe Fierro sneaking in there in third, Ron Fry, Jeff Wyatt, Michael Mooney, Bill Edwards, Ron Gaivo. Looks like Mackenzie Mann, Tyler Sneakers, and Paul Bilson are our runners tonight.
Yep, that's what I'm seeing too. Looks like we've got 11 drivers.
Cool. Should be a good race.
Good luck, everybody.
Looking forward
Have
to
fun.
Here we go. Everyone's gridding up now.
Good luck. I hope.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm way in the back here, but oh well. I'll hang back here in the
I
back.
hope you wreck everybody.
Well, a good strategy if you are starting in the back, and I'm sure you know this already, but for those people that may be watching, is to just kind of stay close enough to not get out of the draft, but far enough away where you don't get wrapped up in any kind of tangulation, let's call it that may happen
Miscues.
Yeah, exactly. Especially on the first few corners.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think Mooney should do a second tee on his old but fast on the back of his car.
Good, Ron.
Starting here in the first corners. Usually we start. Well, I don't know where we usually start here. Just haven't.
No, this is normally where I start. It gets you through the Porsche curves, and then the Ford chicane, and then off you go. Porsche curves, Corvette curves, and Ford chicane, and then off you go.
Well, it'll be interesting. Normally, green flag drops while we're in the Ford chicane, so that's always
Yep.
it's fun.
It does get mid-pack chaotic.
And that's where I'm at. So hopefully, I don't get wrecked or wreck anyone.
Lucky for you, it looks like you got Bill Edwards next to you, and then
New guy sneakers in the back there, so I don't know. Well, hopefully, we'll be able to control it all.
you'll be all
Cold,
right.
cold tires. Cold tires.
Let you guys concentrate, and so I'm anticipating that they're probably at the green flag by now.
Just about there. Okay, now we're green.
All right.
And we're away down the front stretch. Looks like we got away fairly clean. Hopefully it'll remain that way as we go into Dunlop. Oh, and Ryan Fry goes wide, spins, exiting Dunlop before we get to Mulsanne. And we're line astern going down the Mulsanne straight.
I guess we're going to see which teammate he wants to help draft there, aren't we, Ron?
He did seem to give me a little boost, didn't he?
I think he feels better with you behind him than me behind him.
Not if I pass him.
Not if I pass.
Well, this ought to be interesting at the end of the Mulsanne Straight. From what I can see, it looks like Gaivo and Mooney are side by side the entire way down there.
I went off. Oh, that's going to be a stupid. I touched the front end. I'm probably going to get a black flag. I mean, and now with the new damage model, if you touch it, you're done. So we'll see. Didn't get the brakes, didn't get on the brakes enough. I was going to slow down way early not to have that situation. And Mooney slowed down first, so I had to stay in front of him. Don't know if there's any damage, but there's probably body damage at least. Which means my already slower car to handle better is going to be even slower. But that's okay, I'm still on track. And Tyler spins in the exit of Indianapolis. I can't remember the name of that corner. So I wasn't the first to go off. I won't be the last. Okay, so when we went by the line, as we're on lap 2 now, looks like Philip Scott has the lead, 2.8 seconds back to Joe Fierro. Brandon Dooley, 4.2 back from the leader. Jeff Wyatt in 4th, Mackenzie Mann 5th, Michael Mooney in 6th, Bill Edwards 7th, Paul Bilson in 8th. I just got by Tyler for 9th. Tyler's in 10th, and Ryan is in 11th. This is a 3.5-minute track, so you got to really make a mistake to lose a lap here, but it is possible, especially if you need to tow or anything else like that. Looks like my incident in Mulsanne Kink has lost about a mile an hour on my top end, but that's about it. So should be okay to keep going. Might have to bang that out during a pit stop. See if we can get the hammer out. Not sure where Tim dropped off to. Cruising along after Mulsanne, there's another straight. I think it's called the Gulf Straight. As you approach the right-hander that is Indianapolis. That's Indianapolis, where if you did see Mooney spin, that's where he spun. And he has now dropped back to 8th position. Not sure if there's any contact there with him and Bill. They may have been close together at the time, but I wasn't able to see that. Got a yellow flag. Someone else has gone off. We'll see who that is as we cross the start-finish line. Looks like that was Paul Bilson, who has now dropped from the race. Another driver has spun up in Dunlop. That looks like Jeff Wyatt. As Mooney gets by him for 7th spot. It might have actually been 6th spot because with Bilson gone. So a couple drivers dropping out. Looks like Ryan Fry is in the pits. Paul Bilson has dropped out. 3 old guys in a row here on the backstretch. We got Michael Mooney, Jeff Wyatt, Ron Gaivo cruising down the Mulsanne Straight. As Mooney tries to break the draft. Ryan Fry has had a computer problem. Hopefully he'll be back. As it looks like Jeff may have gotten a good run on Mooney. They're side by side down the Mulsanne Straight. Jeff pulls out in front as they enter the Mulsanne Kink. lap 4. I'm back on the Mulsanne Straight, so I don't have a whole lot going on. So we got Philip Scott still up front, stretching out his lead with the new fastest lap, 3 minutes 37.1 seconds. Ahead of Joe Fierro now by 7.9. Brandon Dooley by 11, and Mackenzie Mann in fourth, 22 seconds back. Bill Edwards closing in on Mackenzie. Looks like 3 seconds back. And Tyler drops out of the competition. Not sure what happened to Tim. He lost his audio. Not much changed in the running order. We're still at Philip, Joe, Brandon, Mackenzie, Bill, Jeff. Jeff just had a spin through Dunlop, so I'm now in 6th. Mooney moved up to 7th. And Jeff is back in 8th at the moment. He's right on Mooney going down Mulsanne Straight. So he may be able to pass him here. We'll see. Looks like he's within a 1/10 of a second. So he's probably just waiting for a good draft spot to get around. The Porsche does seem to be a little quicker down the straights than that Ford GT of Mooney's. Tyler, Paul, and Ryan look like they have dropped from the race. Now on lap 5, show out of the race. Got about 2 laps to go before we get to the pit stops. Let's see how that works out for everybody. looks like so far everybody's happy to just be in line, and we'll see how this thing rolls out.
All right. Well, I am back. This
All
is
right.
Tim. Big Wizard TV. Sorry, I had to take a phone call from my son. I haven't talked to him in a while, and it was good to chat with him. So
Good.
looks
Good to
like
have,
we have. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, man.
it's good to have you back. Glad you got a chance to talk to him, and we're
Yeah.
still cruising here.
Looks like Philip's got a commanding lead here, kind of running away with it. Brandon's staying silky smooth in second, as he usually is. Joe Fierro doing a great job in third. I did note, Ron, I think that high downforce setup you got is probably not doing you any favors. I saw you, Michael, and Jeff in a pitched battle down the Mulsanne Straight, and you kind of came out the loser on that. Any comments or?
Yeah, I definitely don't have the straightaway speed
Yeah.
to hang with those guys, but if I'm in a draft, I was able. I backed off as we entered the kink because I didn't want to cause another issue where I slid off into the sandbox over there. So, but I did manage to get back by him. Mooney is quicker. He's catching me, but he does seem to have a really big problem in Indianapolis. He's spun twice there that I've seen so far. He keeps gaining the time back, so he's, definitely on his horse. But unfortunately, that also causes problems. You get up there trying to push it a little too hard. Jeff seems to have issues in Dunlop, so he's turned twice there. So I think I'm in pretty good shape to stay in front of those guys as long as I can keep my wits about me. And if Mooney catches me on that Mulsanne Straight, then he'll probably get by me. But
Well, the downforce thing then seems to be playing in your favor then, so it would sound like, um, especially if they're having issues through Indianapolis and Dunlop. And those corners do require a little bit of finesse. I mean, even if you do have a low downforce car, you've got to tiptoe through there. There is no margin for error. You're absolutely right.
I can see Bill Edwards at times. He's 10 seconds ahead of me. Holding steady pretty good up there in fifth.
Well, one thing about Bill, and I know you can attest to this, but he is one of the smoothest drivers I've had the pleasure of racing with. Not a lot of mistakes. I know he's made a few this season, but
Just made one.
honestly, very, very rare for him to
Yeah.
I just didn't
As
I?
you're talking about him, you gave him the old commentator curse as he spins in Dunlop.
Oh, sorry, Bill. My bad, dude.
Although you are 30-second delayed, so you didn't know.
I did not know. I did not know. I'm just telling you what I know from racing against the guy. He is one of the toughest competitors out there, and one of the last guys I want to see in my rearview mirror.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Him and Philip Scott. Anybody, yeah, they're tough back there, but that's what makes it fun. And you know
Yeah.
what? I'll throw Ron Divo in there too. He's no slouch either. So, or Mooney for that matter. But
This track, now if I wouldn't have had my little spin on Mulsanne Corner at the end there on lap 1, I haven't had any other incidents since, but this track is one of those tracks that is not forgiving. It doesn't give back. You can gain on it over time, but it's for me, it's never been one of those ones I've been really good at. You know, I just haven't ever been really strong here.
it's a track that requires precision, and it lulls you to thinking you don't have to be precise. But it could be that is furthest from the truth. There is so much time to be made up through the precision portions of the track, i.e., Indianapolis, the Porsche curves, so on and so forth. But you get lulled to sleep on that Mulsanne, and next thing you know, if you miss that, or you can lose a ton of time in that Mulsanne corner at the very end if you're not prepared for it.
Right. Yeah, it's a tricky track. It definitely is. I can see Mooney's headlights as we start broaching into the evening hours here.
Yeah, I love driving this track at night. One of the better ones for driving at night, simply because they do a really good job with the markers. You can see them on the right or left-hand side of the track as a driver, and usually find the same exact braking point, whether it be day or night, and still keep it consistent.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. I'm gonna go quiet here as I'm almost out of fuel. Missed my pit last lap, and I've got 0.2 gallons left, and I'm just in Porsche corners, so I might make it.
You should make it. But while you're still cruising into the pits, I did notice a few guys clipping that pylon.
Yeah, I noticed.
Does that penalize them during the race, or does it give them an incident?
Maybe they were able to clip it and not run over it as far as I did in practice, because when I hit it in practice, I was definitely losing out.
Okay, well, I'll let you pit and get through your pits, and then you can get back into the booth if you want.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to get in here without causing any issues, as Mooney's gonna run into the back of me.
And I know I said this before, but
That's not
it pains
intentional,
me
Ron. I'm
greatly
trying to
to
hit
not
the
be running
pit
this
limit
race
or
right
hitting the
now,
wrong
because
button.
I feel like Philip has got just a free ride right now. It wouldn't be the case.
His race to lose. He make the mistake and lose it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know, Mooney. I
But he doesn't have
did
any
it to everybody.
pressure, and pressure is what spawns mistakes. Who was flashing their lights just now? I just saw someone flashing.
The flashing actually happens when you enter the pit lane. It's not something the driver is doing.
Oh, okay. All right.
So that happens unintentionally.
Okay. Well, a quick shout out too, while you guys are all going in the pits, to grandpaskitchen.com for sponsoring us, and yeah, it's really appreciate that. Check them out, grandpaskitchen.com for, what is it, Ron?
Gluten-free products.
Gluten-free products. Okay, I'm not totally up to date on it, but
Yeah, that's for those with celiac disease, Crohn's disease, or those that just want to avoid wheat in their diet.
yeah. And you said you've also tried their product, and
Yeah, I have plenty of times. I know the family that owns the company, and I've had the pleasure of trying breads and brownies and other things I probably don't even know.
okay.
All good stuff.
And is it as far as shipping and everything is concerned, it's pretty easy to do.
Oh yeah, jump on their website, throw it in the cart, and they'll send it anywhere in the country.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they'll throw it out anywhere in the world for you if you want.
Okay. Cool. Very cool. And again, thank you, grandpaskitchen.com, for hosting us, because without support of our sponsors, man, it really is hard for us to put these things on, and we do appreciate that.
Yeah, we wouldn't have the dual setup with the live broadcasting the way it is without them. So appreciate them
Yep.
being here.
Yep.
All right, so Mooney's definitely pulling away. He's pulled up about 4/10, maybe half a second on me on this long stretch. Bill's still 10 seconds out. Mooney passed me in the pits. I did take 1.5 seconds of optional. We'll see if I can get some good cornering. My tires are still at 92 and better, so might
Okay.
be able to get cornering here. I might replace them at the second.
Well, how long is the race? It's 160 minutes, or?
Hour and 10.
Okay. Hour and 10 minutes.
Not the normal really long race. We've been trying to make them more reasonable. We're an hour and 10. Right now we're at the 30-minute mark. Looks like everybody went in on lap 8. I kind of wish I knew what my
honestly,
speed was. I can't see it.
fuel saving on this track isn't really, because of the length, it really isn't a factor. You're not going to gain an extra lap on somebody by fuel saving. So that.
No, I had to last lap. I had to last lap because I'd forgotten to go in and I was right on the edge. But yeah, I normally would run this wide open because you're going to have to do 2 stops anyway.
Yep. And there's nothing quite like running Le Mans at night. It is awesome. The best way I can put it. It's so much fun. You feel like you're in a tunnel, especially down after the Mulsanne corner. You've got those, looks like birch trees on either side of you. It's hard to explain. When you're in the cockpit, it just looks amazing. All right, let me talk about some of my notes I wrote down here earlier before I go into robo mode. So let's give a quick update here on track position. I'm sure we have Philip Scott still in first.
Yeah, we do.
Brandon Dooley still staying smooth in second. Joe Fierro, no change in the top 3. Mackenzie Mann running a very smooth, consistent race in third. Looks like Bill Edwards in the BMW is holding steady in fifth. Ron, nice job to you. Still hanging in there at 6th. Michael is, or is that?
He got me the last time around.
I see him ahead of you. Looks like you may be coming up on him though.
He had a couple bobbles come up.
Anyway, so it's nip and tuck between Ron and Mike. So, and then Jeff is a ways back there, I'm assuming. It's hard for me to see because I'm 30 seconds out on the actual stream.
Yeah, we also lost Joe somewhere. He is behind me now.
Oh,
by 200
okay.
seconds. I'm not sure what happened there.
Okay, he may have had an issue. Oh, it shows. Yep, he did drop back. He's behind you now. You may have had a bobble. 4 seconds to you in my stream.
Can't get close enough to Mooney to take advantage of the draft. Maybe there's just enough of it that I won't lose on him. Stay 1.8 back down this long straightaway. We're losing you.
And back. Sorry about the robo.
Yeah, that worked better that time. He pulled away from me about a half second last lap, and this lap he wasn't able to. It might be because I spent the 1.5 extra seconds to fix my front end that I bumped into the wall on lap 1.
Those repairs make a huge difference. They do. And it may seem like it's excruciatingly long, for 10 seconds in the pits, but you can more than make it up in a lap if you have a car that actually works properly again. So, It's interesting enough though. The incident points. It's a lot easier chance to get less incidents on this track because the fewer corners. Easier said than done, right? But this is one of the few tracks that I've always targeted for a zero incident race. So, and those of you that don't know, if you get outside of the racing line or you get off track even by a little bit, it gives you, iRacing gives you what's called an incident, which it's no longer a clean lap. And in our league, we get extra points for running a very, very clean race. So always the goal of every driver in the league is to shoot for zero incidents for the race. And accolades go out. And Mooney just went off again on Indianapolis, it looks like.
Yeah, not enough. Might have a little, but that was Joe Fierro.
Oh, Joe Fierro behind you. Okay. Mooney's
Fierro that
ahead.
went off.
Yep. My mistake, guys. Sorry about that. But
Boy, it looked like he just
disconnected. Joe. Talking incidents.
Jeff just dropped. I think he just disconnected.
Oh no, serious?
Like,
That is the worst feeling.
Joe fell.
I see Jeff still in the chat in the lobby.
Woo! Almost lost it and done. Too hot, apparently. Hey, Jeff.
What happened, bud?
It got dark.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have lights at Le Mans.
You need them.
Get lighter again. It might. The timing screwed up on me. We were supposed to start the race at 1 and 3 o'clock in the morning and race into the daylight, but it reset time. I'm gonna have to watch that for next time.
And we're on Euro time, dude.
It kept resetting every session. It kept resetting the clock.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't do the road racing at night. I don't know. I felt good in the daylight, but
Yeah, you were falling, and then
You
yeah,
were
when
fine, man.
it
Ferrari.
got dark. Yeah, when it got dark,
Yeah.
you started sliding around.
Do you, Jeff, do you use the reference markers, those little blue 300, 200 meter, 100 meter markers for your braking points?
no.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do, but no. Not well. The only time I used them was with the chicanes. But we don't have chicanes on that straightaway tonight.
Ah, okay, okay.
Just braking points. I was missing turn-in points and everything. I couldn't see corners.
Yeah, it's a different animal at night. And I was trying to explain to the stream earlier, those marker boards at Le Mans, they do a pretty good job of lighting them up with your lights, but it's not quite the same thing. But at least they're there, so you don't lose reference. But you're right, man. It's a challenge at night. And plus the track temperature changes too. It usually drops a few degrees. So you think technically you should be able to go faster, but if you can't see where the hell you're going, yeah, yowza. So Jeff, too, congrats while you're in here, man, on your race win last night in the NASCAR. I heard. So a
Yeah.
shout out to you for that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was Daytona. That's a toss-up every time anyway. Daytona Oval.
Yeah, but I've seen you on that before, man. You're
You win
silky
there lots of
smooth.
times.
Yeah, you're silky smooth, man. You're a force to be reckoned with there.
I won in the GTE car there a few weeks ago, and then the Cup car last night. So
Yep, yep.
Daytona's
Yep.
been good to me.
Yep. Nice
It's kind
job,
of
man.
funny. It's kind of funny how this track and the Daytona road course are my road course nemesis tracks. I just don't seem to have the speed at these tracks. I've done better in race than I have in qualifying for my time on this by about 3 seconds. But I've ran a 342.1 as my best lap, and I was running 345 in qualifying. So I can drive it, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about this track. It just gets me. I mean, I don't, but I don't go anywhere either.
You've got to tell yourself you're good at this track. You like this track. This is one of your favorite tracks, and you're going to win at this track. It's all upstairs, man. I know.
Well, that's like Sonoma. You know, Sonoma. I hate Sonoma, and I won there the other day. So now I love Sonoma.
Exactly. Right? Right? It's all mental management.
I might have to.
Joe's got to run here.
I'm gonna have to do some races with the Corvette. Switch it in next season.
Well, that Ferrari's quick though, man. But I hear you. I'll probably go back to the Porsche next season. But
Wow, he can catch me in a draft. Pulls out the path. He's got no power. That's funny.
On him though. I think you should be able to hang pretty tight through the corners.
He's got more downforce. This is Fierro. He's been catching me about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds a lap. He's gonna try it again. He gets up about to my rear quarter panel, and that's it. Then he's done.
There's a big wall of air right there, isn't there?
Yep, there is.
There was like 3 laps in a row that I did that today. I could chase him down on the straightaway and gain about 6 or 7 mile an hour, and I could go on by.
But the key is though, is you got to time that pull out. You can't do it down the middle of the Mulsanne. You got to wait till the end of the Mulsanne, and then get that position on him where you're inside of that quarter panel. Then the other person is forced to respect your line. If he cuts in on you there, it's going to be a different story. And oh, Ron, yeah.
I don't. I'm
Joe
afraid of that.
Yeah, Joe isn't. He's pushing it, but I'm 30 seconds behind. Yeah, you know, probably a good call.
Fill up his mirror though.
I would have honestly probably a strategic move there, Ron. And I'm not going to say what you did was wrong, but you may have wanted to cover that inside line down there.
Yeah, I probably could have changed lines. That corner has bitten me so many times. And I think that's probably why I don't do as well here, is because I've raced too much here.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been by so many different spots on the track that I'm afraid. I don't push it through, and because I'm afraid the car's going to come off.
Yeah. Well, you have to trust the car. If you don't, then you're right. It's going to bite you.
Well, guys, I'm gonna jump out for the night. Y'all have a good evening, and maybe I'll see y'all tomorrow night in the dirt.
Thanks.
All right, Jack.
I appreciate you, man.
Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, he's quicker on the corners. So he probably played the same strategy I did. But he's run a 339.
Oh, he's quick. Definitely. Definitely quick. He's got I'm looking at the last lap time. He's got 5 seconds on you that lap. I don't know what happened there.
What was my lap time? 45?
45. His was 40.
Yeah, I must have dropped off somewhere because I've been running 42s. That's all right. I'm the last guy running, and I'm only 89 seconds off the lead, so If I can stay here and run my 0x the rest of the way, I got 1x. So if I can run it the rest of the way with just one, anybody else makes a mistake, I'll be by them.
Yeah, that's a good strategy.
There's no fast repair, so they got to drive it tonight.
Yep.
Make one error and you're out. Yeah, he definitely doesn't have the straightaway speed. I can catch him side by side. I can catch him on the straights. I'm going to use draft a little bit, gain some of this spot back.
Well, if I can't see you guys right now because I'm 30 seconds behind, but if you're on the Mulsanne straight and you can get that tuck in there behind him on the draft.
Yeah, I picked up about a half a second. We'll see what happens after the kink here going into the corner. But yeah, I'm pulling up on him a little.
I
I gotta dive it in like I normally don't like to do, though.
I'm back. Sorry about that, folks.
I hope he doesn't know the trick of the Corvette acceleration. There's actually a trick accelerating in the Vet. When the thing's got so much low end torque that you don't have to wait for the second red light to click on before you shift.
Change gears, yeah.
Yeah, I can shift early.
Short shifted.
And it's got enough torque in the next gear that it just keeps pulling you.
Well, if you can hang into his draft there and stick with him in the corners, and you get back to Mulsanne
He
again.
launches here. He launches here on Porsche corner. See if I can stay with him. He usually takes off here. He picked up 2/10 just through Indianapolis.
Okay, so he's got some confidence coming into Indianapolis.
I've seen him wreck there, though.
So have I. But we're not going to wish any ill will on Joe here. We're going to hope he stays clean and keeps it up. But obviously, we're pulling for the OGR. Right now, Ron, he's got a 1.1 second gap on you, according to the sim.
Yeah,
here.
he picked up another half second going through Porsche corners. Stayed even with him through the Ford chicane. We'll see how he does in Dunlop. See, that's a 3:41.7. It's my fastest lap of the race. Overdrove that one.
So a quick rundown here. Looks like we got Philip Scott in the lead by quite a margin. Brandon Dooley driving a very lonely race in second. Mackenzie Mann in third. Staying smoothly consistent. Bill Edwards, after a few misfortunes at the beginning, holding steady in fourth. Michael Mooney, I haven't mentioned him in a while. Old guy racing, fifth place. Joe Fierro was running in third for the longest time, and then had a little misfortune. I think it was at Indianapolis. Currently running in sixth, and then Ron Guyvo, staying smooth with one incident point, running in seventh right now. And so far, it looks like we lost Jeff Wyatt, Tyler Sneakers, Paul Bilson with some misfortunes earlier on, and Ryan Frey, one of our quick Porsche drivers, also dropped out early. So there you go. That's the top 11 as it stands at this point. Well, Ron, it does look like you're actually gaining on him down the Mulsanne once you get into that draft. So. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Go, boy. Might have been a little early. No, it's not. Yes, nice block. Well done. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, Joe's coming back at you. Looks like he tried to get a run out of the Mulsanne corner, and it's a drag race. Joe's got the inside line, and if he can hold that up into the kink before Indianapolis, he may have the advantage on Ron.
Yeah, you're a little behind. He got by me coming into Indianapolis.
Sorry, man.
But then that corner right after Indianapolis, we both made a little bobble. So
Damn it.
it's Linus Stern here going through Porsche corners, Porsche curves.
Shutting up now.
He's getting away. I drove too deep, exiting Porsche into Corvette. We might be catching Mooney though.
But that was a nice block, though. A nice move to protect.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, like a lap or two earlier. You played it perfectly. I think he's got you through the actual Porsche curves and Corvette curves, but
Yeah, I drove in a little too deep on Porsche curves that time, so kind of messed that up. Let's see if this works.
okay, I don't see the lights flashing this time.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe because we were close to somebody.
All right. I'm kind of thinking calling BS on you guys for that one, but yeah. All right, looks like Philip is off in no man's land there, running a very lonely race out in front. Very, very smooth, consistent driver is Philip, by the way. I've raced hard against this guy all season long, and one thing I know about him, integrity-wise, driving skill-wise, and courtesy-wise, he's going to race you hard, but he's always going to race you clean. And that's one thing that I really, really find intriguing about the Last Man Standing League. Everybody in this league seems to follow that same MO. So anybody watching, if you guys are interested, go ahead and go into host or it's league races and search LMS if you're interested in joining. One of us will gladly reach out to you and get you involved in this racing league. But
They can even drop a message in the stream, in the chat here. While we're here on YouTube, they can drop a message that they're interested, and we'll send them an invite. Give us a way to contact them, whether email or Discord info or something else. We'll find you and get you an invite.
Absolutely. But
looks like Joe may have taken tires or repaired something, because we are nearly a minute and a half ahead of him now.
Oh, interesting. Cool.
We went in the pits, and I didn't do tires. I was thinking about it, but didn't do it.
And on my stream, it looks like Philip is coming into the pits right now, so I'm sure I'm 30 seconds behind, but he's probably back out by now.
Yeah, he went in lap 14. I think I went in lap 14. Oh, he went in lap 15. So Philip pushed his fuel one lap farther than the rest of us. I actually could have gone another lap. Chose not to. I think it would have. I had enough fuel to go one more, but I didn't want to push it, so I didn't feel it was necessary.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry.
Especially since I should have enough to get to the end from here, barring any stupid incident like overdriving that corner just past Indianapolis. It's a guy's name. I can't remember the guy's name of that corner just past Indianapolis corner.
Oh,
The
about the 90
right,
degree? The
yeah.
90 degree corner? I'll look it up on my phone. That's a great question.
It's like Arnage or something like that.
Arnage. That's what it is. It's Arnage. At Le Mans.
But that seems to be my little trouble spot. I pushed too far into it before I hit the brakes.
Okay,
Lock
so
them up a little.
you've got Indianapolis corner, then it's Arnage, and you nailed it, Ron. That's absolutely correct. Following Arnage, that 90 degree corner, Porsche curve.
Yeah, and depending on what school of cornering you follow, many people count all those corners as Porsche curve. But I don't believe that's the case in the real lore of Le Mans history. And they've added things like the Ford chicane was added, I think, in the late 60s.
Yep.
PlayStation and Michelin chicanes are on the Mulsanne Straight were also added at some point.
Yep. You're absolutely right. I have got on my phone here many different versions of what's Le Mans was called. But the latest ones are the Porsche curve followed by the Corvette curves. And then there's that Ford chicane right before the start-finish line.
Right.
Wow.
What's really interesting if you're watching at home from, as they drive through what's called Corvette corners or Corvette curve, is there's a big, huge Ford sign there. I think I kind of find that comical because, the big old Ford sign in the middle of the Corvette corner is, quite interesting. But there it is.
Prelude to what's coming next is what they think they were.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. It's like when you come into the Porsche curves, you don't know you're in the Porsche curves unless you look in the inside rearview mirror and you can see it written on
The
the
bridge.
inside of the
Yeah.
mirror. Yeah. But
Looks like some people took tires on that last stop. Has changed the order of things. We'll have to see as everybody goes back around this time.
strategy-wise, okay, I don't think I would have done that. Not on this course because there's not a lot of tire wear because of the Mulsanne Straight being chicaneless.
Yeah, my tires are running 84% after my second stop, and I may have moved up a little bit.
As
I
somebody
see
that's done this a
Mackenzie
lot,
behind me. I
yeah, I
just
would
see
not
yeah.
taken tires. Not taking tires. I'm pretty sure I can speak with pretty good confidence that Philip wouldn't have taken tires either. So, and neither would have Brandon. So anybody behind them, it's going to give people towards the end a little bit of an opportunity here. Should shake things up a bit. This could get interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. And Joe Fierro's back on track. He did have a lengthy stop. He's still 80 seconds back from me. Looks like he's nearly 3 minutes behind the leader.
He may have had some damage when he went off in Indianapolis, though. He did look like he hit the barrier when I watched it. I could be wrong.
It's very possible.
But again, anybody out there watching, thank you, grandpaskitchen.com, for putting on this series. Also, shout out to Pam's Pole Position, Bill Edwards' mom, for putting on the Pam's Pole Position Award for the person that gets the most pole positions in the GTE during this season. It looks like currently Philip Scott, I believe, has the lead now with 5. I'm not quite sure. I haven't.
Yep, that is correct.
I know Bill is tied with me at 4.
That is also correct.
I think we have a few other people out there with 1 each. I'm not sure. There may be a few other people with more than that. I do not have the stats on hand. I'll pull them up on my phone real quick.
Yeah, if you go to the Discord points bracket, it'll show you that.
Yep. Okay. And so far it looks like Philip Scott has 5, counting tonight. Tim Allman 4, Bill Edwards 4, John Canizero 1, Jason Morris. Jason, if you're out there, we miss you, dude. Get back in here and race with us, please, buddy. Has 1. Nate Brody, we'll call him the alien, also has 1.
Yeah, he's quick. He's quick when he's out here.
And Bryson Morris, who is the professional, Jason Morris's son, absolute phenomenal driver. All of those guys also has 1 pole position. So, yeah,
he's a good driver. Did you hear, speaking of our last man standing Motorsports, part-time driver, Bryson Morris, he was over at Laguna Seca running the MX-5 series. He drives real cars as well as our sim racing. But he was, he won both races. They do 2 races back to back. He won them both, and he set a new track record for the MX-5 at Laguna Seca. This was 2 weekends ago. So really awesome job. Amazing kid driver. He's only like 17, so he's very young, but just has a knack for being able to drive on a road course. I'll tell you, the kid is fast.
though, Ron, I don't think it's called a knack. I think you can substitute the word knack for talent.
Yeah, he has raw talent.
You have it's what the NASA calls the right stuff, and Bryson definitely has it, man. I've raced against that kid. He is absolutely amazing, and yeah, it's fun to watch, and I'm glad for his success. And yeah, hats off, man. Well done, buddy. Anyway, back to the action. Looks like Philip is, yeah, kind of running away with this one, man. Staying smooth, staying consistent, keeping in his line. And these, honestly, if you're in the lead on one of these races and it's night, you can very easily get lulled into a stupid mistake. And this is probably going to be, in my opinion, Philip's toughest challenge for this race right now, is to just hold his line and not make any dumb errors, regardless of any behind him. So looks like so far he's got it nailed. I really don't expect him to do anything wrong, because knowing the caliber of driver he is, this is pretty much going to be right on par. But these are the times when you have to be cognizant of that. So.
Yeah, and early on in the race, I said to watch out for Bill. Now, Bill isn't challenging for any positions at this point, but Bill races clean enough. He didn't start in the top 3, but right now he's in the 3rd spot.
Yeah, he'll sneak up on you.
He does have that ability
of being a savvy driver and sneaking up. If you make one little bobble or one little error, he's like a cat ready to pounce on the prey.
And I wish I wouldn't dive so deep into Dunlop and get out of there better.
Hey, Ron, when you go into Dunlop, don't dive so deep.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Tim. In 3 minutes and 42 seconds, will you remind me of that again? Or are you going to wait till 3:43 until after I go through it?
Well, I'm 30 seconds behind you, so I have to start a stopwatch.
Well, if it's on me going through the start-finish, you'll see me late into Dunlop again.
I'll remind you when you come through the Ford chicane.
Probably ought to remind me when I'm in Porsche corners.
But I don't know, because I have to go by the most exciting moment of the race, which right now is on Scott.
Well, he is burning down the track, so he just ran a 3:37.1, which is 1/10 off his best lap of the race so far at 3:37 flat. So he's cooking. Mooney's pulling away from me. He's actually gaining on Bill Edwards. He's only 4 seconds behind Bill at the moment. So good job for Mooney, old guy racing up there with the Ford that he loves to hate. or hates to
And
love. I'm not sure which one it is.
Well, and one thing about Mooney, though, he is one of the most tenacious drivers I've had the chance to race with. He
Oh, he
never
does
gives
not
up.
back down. Yeah.
He just keeps going. He's like a dog with a bone, man. Especially if there's somebody behind him. He's the hardest guy to get around. Doesn't matter what. Now, if you're obviously way faster than him, he takes protocol and will let you by. But if it's in the actual dogfight,
Oh, he'll fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
elbows out, man, elbows out. So
Well, and that's what's got him. He's I think he's 5th on the points right now, so that's what's keeping him there.
yeah, it's actually a pleasure to race with him, man. And also, he's a another one of those guys. It's I would consider him a clean racer. He's made a few errors. We've tapped, fenders a few times, but it's rubbin's racing, right? It happens. But I would race side by side with him all day long, no problem.
Yeah, I might have to go to fuel save mode to get. Man, if they nail me with one extra lap at the end of this, I'm screwed. You know how they can do that when they're calculating the number of laps.
Yes, sir. Yep,
They-
and that's one thing you never know here, especially on these bigger tracks. You always have to be aware of that. So that makes the strategy a little bit more dodgy when you're in the pits for the one and only pit stop. Is it 1 or 2 pit stops, Ron?
Two
On this
tonight.
race? 2? Okay. So that second pit stop, you kind of have to strategize. Do I take a little bit extra fuel than Race Labs allows me to? And for you, those of you that don't know at home, we run, a lot of us run an app in the background called Race Labs that calculates how much time we got left in the race and will let us fuel just enough fuel to get to the end of the race. Now you can adjust it by 1 or 2 tenths of a gallon or whatever you want to,
Yeah,
but you have
even
to,
fill it a couple laps.
yeah, but you have to kind of calculate that beforehand. If you don't, well, it's too late, right? So unless you're on the pit entry, you can actually grab a mouse and click on there and just keep adding fuel to it.
Ooh, there's a whole bunch of smoke coming out of Dunlop. And Bill Edwards is now 9 seconds in front of me, with Mooney now in 3rd position.
Ooh,
So something just happened,
we have a shakeup.
and we'll have to see if that gets caught on the camera. You'll see it first.
So
Because
far, I don't
I
see
can't see it.
anything. Yep, I don't see nothing other than Philip Scott being boringly smooth in front. Sorry, Philip.
With the utmost respect, you're boring and driving smooth up front.
I'm sure he would take that as a compliment. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm curious as to whether Bill has damage from all that smoke, or is it just smoke? So he lost
Well,
8 seconds to Mooney, but he's still, well, he's quick down the straightaway, so that means probably no cosmetic damage.
well, so far I
I
still
can't
see
catch
him
it.
in third on my.
Well, it shows that on the screen, but if you look at the relative, if you can see him on a relative, Mooney's in front of him, because they're just exiting Mulsanne Straight.
On the screen that I have, unfortunately, it only goes down to Mooney. So
Oh, it's showing Philip.
there you go. Bill Edwards behind Mooney on the relative. You're right.
Yeah, it shows Bill still in 3rd, but it shows him behind Mooney, and he's he's the next one in front of me now. So if he, I don't think he damaged anything, because he was holding speed with me, actually going quicker down the Mulsanne Straight. So I'm guessing he's fine.
Well, it shows him ahead of you on the track map in the upper left-hand corner.
Yep, he's got me by 10, 10.5. I just have to be smooth, get my last laps in. Oh, we did not get the the white flag this time by, so we still have 2 laps to go. I'm gonna adjust a little bit of fuel map. I've got 2.2 laps of fuel, so I should be able to make it if I don't go off and push corners.
No, you won't. You'll be fine.
I almost did.
Well, Mackenzie is still, looks like he's quite a ways behind you, so I think at your current pace, you should still be fine for holding on to 5th. Or 4th is, no, it'll be 5th, because Bill and
Oh, we got a white flag.
Oh, you got one? Okay, so it is the last lap. All right.
Dropping my fuel map back down to 1.
There you go.
I got 2 laps of fuel at this point. Well, it's okay if we're running on fumes because got 3.5 minutes to go.
You'll be fine.
Well, I got like 6 minutes of fuel and 3 minutes of race, so I'm good.
Yep, you'll be fine. So, for anybody that's interested, after this race, the LMS is going to be picking up and shuffling back to the United States for Road Atlanta. We're going to
Next week.
Road Atlanta, the full course. It looks like it's a 1 hour race?
Yeah, usually we run it 1 hour for GTE.
Road Atlanta, for those of you that may or may not have run it before, is an absolute blast to drive. Fun track. And again, if anybody's interested in jumping in with the LMS, please hit us up here in the chat or go to the league session in iRacing and type in LMS and go ahead and request it.
Yeah, I think you got to type in last man standing motorsport.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Or the whole thing. Or you can look for David Visser too.
Yep.
Is the league owner, so he'd be the one that would be the one to find. But with the league,
cool. Get you in, get you set up, and yeah, come out and have some fun with us.
How can we have?
Go ahead.
Oh, is it giving us 5 minutes? So our times run out, and it's giving us 5 minutes to finish the race. Is that what it's doing?
Well, on my screen, it looks like Philip Scott just crossed the finish line, and
yeah, it might be just giving us 5 minutes to finish.
Yeah, congrats to him. That was a commanding victory. Well done, nice and smooth, nice and clean. Brandon's coming in second, looks like, he's going through Porsche curves right now on my screen. So Brandon should be able to cruise home in a nice, comfortable second place. Mooney is going to pull out a 3rd place. I believe it's kind of tight because Bill Edwards, I think, is right on his tail. I'm not sure.
About 3 seconds from what I can tell.
Okay.
Should be enough for Mooney. They're about 15 seconds ahead of me, and I'm going through Porsche corners right now, so they should be hitting the start-finish line any second. So
it looks like Mooney should be able to hold on to 3rd, which is absolutely phenomenal for OGR, man. Congrats to Michael for pulling that out, especially since all the hardships he's had with that Ford all year long. To be able to pull this out on this historic track is amazing. Nice driving, Michael. Bill Edwards, silky smooth as usual. Yeah, I can't say enough about his driving skill. That guy is one of the hardest guys to race against I've ever had the opportunity to drive with, and the most fun. Ron, you should be pulling in 5th, right?
I'm just crossed the line just now.
Nice job, man. Nice job.
Yeah, thanks.
Way to hang in there, dude. I think
we need to go grab some folks to talk to. So if you want to hang up here and chat about the race, I'll be right back.
Okay, fair enough. So anyway, it looks like Ron finished 5th. Mackenzie Mann, after
Hi, Pam.
hiccups there, still managed to come home sixth. Joe Fierro had some misadventures. I believe one of them I saw was at Indianapolis. Um, still brings it home seventh. Jeff Wyatt unfortunately had to bail out in eighth place, and then we lost a few more. Tyler Sneakers. Sorry, Tyler, I can't help but call you that, dude.
Paul Bilson, and last was Ryan Fry.
All right, very cool. Thanks for finishing that out, and then take it away, Bill, or take it away.
Philip on the pole, man, on the pole, on the win, and everything. Led
Yeah.
every lap.
Yeah, man. So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, this is the first while I was driving in the middle of the race. I'm like, this is the first time I've like spanked a field in a race in the series, and then
Yeah, thanks for making us all feel good.
and then I'm like, wait. And then I realized I was wearing my Kyle Larson shirt. So
There you go.
I
There
think
you go.
I think I'm gonna
So number 83 wasn't out there too, though, right? I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah. I think that you.
thanking if number 83 wasn't out there.
Yeah, that's true. One thing I know that obviously last time at Le Mans you had that thing on, and I wanted to make sure that my win wasn't a total fluke this time. So I think even though you unfortunately weren't able to race, I think I did a pretty good job of just something about Le Mans and Spa, like those like classic tracks with like really fast corners. Something about that just fits my driving style super well. I do a lot of like weird trail braking and really using the brakes to corner, and that really works well on this track.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, you ran really strong all day. Really solid race. Nobody. I mean, you had everybody's number. You were running 2 seconds a lap on the fastest laps,
Yeah,
faster than anybody else. So
I was just
2
running.
seconds. 2 seconds doesn't mean a lot when you're racing 3.5 minutes around, but still, it adds
Yeah.
up over time.
Yeah, I was actually really trying to make sure not to get too ahead of myself, because not push too much. And I was really conscious of making sure not to make any mistakes. And if I locked up a little bit or something, hard braking zone, I just like started to get a little squirrely. I would just like, I'd be really aware of it. Like, because I just remember how I was leading the Monza race for near the end of it, and then then binned it into Parabolica. So yeah, I just obviously I've already learned a lot of lessons this season, and I just wanted to make sure that I had a lot of points going, because I won't be here again for like in a couple weeks. I won't be here for the Indy Road, and so I'm like, I need some point security because it's still pretty tight at the top of the table. So
Yeah, definitely.
It makes you feel any better, Philip. I took a provisional this race, and I will not be probably participating the rest of the year, so you don't have to worry about me. So
no,
Merry Christmas.
well,
You do also have 2 provisionals. Just don't forget to claim them.
yeah, oh yeah, it's yeah, I know that it's been even if that like kind of opens the gap a bit, I think that it's been a heck of a title fight with Tim, and just lots of fun racing this season for sure.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been really good.
And this was my first 0x race the whole season. So
Go ahead. Throw on an extra 5.
Congrats, man.
Yeah.
That's
Nice
awesome,
job.
dude. Phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
We'll,
was.
Target for the top guys, man. This is the track to do it on.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't alone, because Brandon Dooley right there in second spot also ran 0x tonight. So good job, Brandon.
He's definitely the cleanest out of us all.
Thanks, appreciate that. Yeah, with the 19 laps tonight, that puts my race laps over the last 4 days at Le Mans to 124 laps.
And how many X's? You got 1 X in your
I had 5X,
5 in your 24-hour stint.
4 hours. This 8.5 hours I drove there, I had 5X and 105 laps.
Wow,
And
amazing.
and 4 of those was from a dive bomb from an LMP2 car, just getting way too anxious, thinking he had the corner, and I'm right there on the apex, and he bumped me out of the way. But yeah, 1 off track and 105 laps. I'll take it.
Yeah, not
absolutely
bad, not bad at all.
well done.
Yeah, it was really. I caught myself several times tonight, almost taking the chicanes
Oh, the
down the
chicane.
straight. Especially at night. So I did 3.5 hours of my driving in the dark for the 24 hours. So I was just used to seeing those glowing signs and you know get alert again. And a couple times I tapped the brakes like, oh, I don't have to turn this time.
It's
But
nice when those big barriers aren't in front of you with the arrows on.
yeah. So I didn't have the pace tonight. I mean I was second quickest overall, I think, but just nowhere near the pace that Phil had. So I wasn't even going to try to push it, try to get the 5 bonus points. And
Yeah, qualifying you're about 2.3 back. Race pace, best lap time, we were about
that's same.
1.3, yeah, 1.3 back. So pretty close racing tonight. It was a really fun race to watch. Oh no, it was 2.2 again. Sorry, I was in practice. So
Yeah, you're good.
but
Yeah,
a minute gap makes it nice run. And Mooney, man, rough start at the beginning as all the old guys were beating and banging there in the start. But man, you just took off like a rocket and picked up something.
I didn't pick up anything. It was the same thing every lap. I had nothing down the straightaway. I had 2 wonderful teammates I was trying to draft off of, and I didn't want to kill them going into Mulsanne Corner. So I backed off early, and I got a free pass on Ron one time. Jeff slowed up really far too much one time. So I had that going for me. But then, it seemed like the car was really good, and they confirmed it with Bill Edwards, Mr. Bill. I was from Mulsanne Corner back around to the start of the straight. I was faster than him. Get to the straightaway, he pulls away, and I'm like, "Grr!" But that's all. So I'm sitting here in third, thankful to him making a loop that he didn't need to do, and I'm grateful for it. But at the same point, he doesn't make the mistake often, so I'm like, I'll take it. Thank you, Bill.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I trimmed it out just a touch too much. I think I was one of the fastest ones down the street. So, but it didn't want to hit the back end. Didn't want to stick in the turns too much. But it was a fun race. Me and Mooney were real tight at the end.
It was fun to watch you guys. I do have one question for Mooney though, man. What's up with Independence Avenue? Or Independence Corner? Is that
Indianapolis?
Indianapolis. That thing doesn't like you.
In the race, the one time Jeff braked at the right time for him, but I was like carried a little bit too much speed. So the only thing I could do was to brake and dive to the right, and then that kept a 0x at that point. And then the next time I came through, it was like when I looped it between the two of them, I just again carried too much speed and then hit. I had it, but then I tapped the gas too soon. Finished bringing it around, and it's like other than that, it liked the corner. So
it was such a slow, graceful thing off the corner, and I was like, oh, he's got it, and yeah, just not quite. But phenomenal driving though, man. Way to hang in there and stay smooth and bringing home third place. But yeah, you got to tip your hat to Bill though. He was quick too, man. Both of you guys did phenomenal.
It's always a pleasure to run with like the faster guys, Bill, Phil, Philip, and Brandon, and you when you're out here. So getting close and running with, and then letting the attrition fall into my favor, I'll take it every time. But it's fun to sneak onto the podium every once in a while.
Hey, did anybody take tires?
No, I didn't.
I didn't.
Mine were like Mine were in high 90s or high 80s by the end of the race, so I was pretty
Okay.
easy on them.
Yeah,
Mine
we were
were
talking about that
abused.
in the chat.
Mine were abused. They were under 80 at the end of the race because they were right at 80 on the last pit stop.
So
But
did any of you guys have, just real, okay, I have one more question.
what was
All right, so we're back up here in the booth by ourselves, I guess. We'll throw a recap on the finish. I'm trying to get my little box here to do what I want, so I got to shut off a couple things. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's see. We've got Philip Scott with the win as we talked to him at the end of the race. Good job. Brandon Dooley, second place. That was a minute gap. That was quite a gap. Philip really had the number tonight. Really took off. A lot of best laps late in the race. You can see best lap was 18, 18, 17, 12, 17. Lot of late race speed coming out of these cars as the track got cooler and we got it further into the nighttime. But Michael Mooney finishing on the podium. Good job for him. You heard from him tonight in our post-race interview. He felt that he didn't have what it took down the straightaways, but he was really fast the rest of the track. So, and then Bill Edwards, Ron Gaivo, Mackenzie Mann, Joe Fierro, all running on the lead lap at the end of the race. Jeff Wyatt, Tyler. We're going to go with Seeker is on Tyler's last name. He had to drop out just a few laps in, as well as Paul Bilson, Ryan Fry, and Tim was not able to make the race. He did join, but didn't have a car. Didn't have a car to get out there, so he'll get 12th place points either way, using his provisional tonight. Thanks again for watching tonight. I appreciate you guys being here on behalf of Grandpa'sKitchen.com and Last Man Standing Motorsports. This is Ron from Big Wizard TV saying goodnight for the last time.